Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review on the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm also going to give you a review on the Nars Translucent Crystal Powder as well. I've been trying out this concealer the last probably few weeks, maybe a little over a month, and I am loving it. So if you guys did not find that the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage Concealer was for you, so I figured I'd do a review and a quick demo on how I use this concealer. So I do want to tell you guys a little bit about the product. It is a creamy concealer, so it's totally different from the Camouflage palette, and there is a doe foot applicator tip. It does have such a creamy consistency to it. It glides right on. It offers full coverage. To me, I get full coverage out of this concealer under my eyes. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. The shade that I'm using today is in Custard, and I also like this for imperfections. Now, if you're the type of person that does not like foundation but likes to use concealer just to cover, just say, blemishes that you might have or discoloration or under eye, and you use that as your foundation just to keep it simple for everyday use, then you're really going to love this concealer. I am just so impressed with it. I also tried out the Nars Loose Crystal Powder. I'm just not satisfied with this at all, and you're going to hear me discuss it right now in the demo. I felt that there was a halo under the eyes when I set the under eye concealer, and I really just felt like it darkens up the concealer. It didn't really brighten it. And in terms of using this all over, excuse me, in terms of using this all over your face, I just really didn't feel that it offered such great texture to the skin, and I also felt like it really didn't do much for the foundation. So for me, this was like a total just not worth the purchase. But in terms of the concealer, I absolutely love it, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I used it right now. I'm going to show you guys how it looks on this eye versus this eye, and then you can see the type of coverage that I have. So what I do is sometimes I either go like this, depending on how dark I am, and I kind of just tap it on. And I also like to extend the concealer out a little bit because this will lift the eye. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can use your finger to spread the concealer around and blend it in. My ring finger, I always use it. I love it. I think it's great. Or you can go in with a concealer brush, and I'll show you guys in a minute the other concealer brush that I use when I do this side. So all I do is I just take my ring finger and I start blending it in. It has a really nice texture to it. And like I said previously, I'm not one that's such a huge fan of cream concealers because I feel they always cake up on my eyes, under my eyes. But this one in particular is just so wonderful, especially if you have dry under eyes. I think that you will really benefit from this because this will give you that creaminess and that more moisturized feeling without the creasing. Here we go. This is now this side over here has the concealer and this side has nothing. As you can see here, my eye has completely lifted up and it just looks so wide awake. I have great coverage. I didn't need to add anything else underneath my lower, my lower lid. I'm going to set this eye with the Nars Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder. So I really don't like this one, and there's a few reasons why. So the first reason is that I felt that it does leave a very white appearance in photos, and the second reason is that it just darkens up the concealer, and I don't like that. So I take a little bit in here, and as you can see, I have this much on the brush, and that's actually probably a little too much, but I just want to show you guys how I tap it in to the concealer. So I'm using an F35, and I'm just going to, like I usually talk about in all my other methods, is just really just bring it right on and then just dab it, continue to dab it. So it's nice at first. I'm not going to say it's not. It's just as the day goes on, it just really darkens up, and I don't really like that. And then this eye we're going to do with the concealer brush. I'm going to go in with the Precision Tapered brush from Sigma. This is the P86. I happen to really like this one. It just goes right into the crease of the eye. Or what you guys can do if you don't like brushes like that is the Soft Blend Concealer F64. But I really happen to like this Precision brush from Sigma. And so now what I'm going to do is the same method. You could dot it however you want. You could swipe it, whatever you feel. you'd like to do, however you like to apply your concealer. So there's another trick I could tell you guys is if you're a little nervous when it comes to creamy concealers, is that you could let it sit for like 30 seconds, maybe even 40 seconds if you could do something else on your face, and then come back to it, and that'll kind of like set it and dry it up a little bit, so this way it just holds on to the skin a little bit more. So just gonna go in with this brush, and I go in with like tapping motions, little tapping and then strokes. You don't want to wipe or swipe the concealer because that'll just move it around. And again, as you can see, I'm just tapping. And you can even clean up your eyeshadow too if you feel it's too much coming down. So this side has only the concealer. Again, great coverage. I mean, it just looks, my eyes look so bright and wide and open and awake, covered my dark circles. As you guys saw, I do have dark circles. So I really like that. Whatever's left on this brush, on my ring finger, I just always bring it down to around the nose, just to brighten that area. So sometimes when I'm in a rush, I really don't set the concealer, but I think you get the best longevity out of it is when you do set the concealer. It's not necessary, but you know, I would totally recommend it if you have setting powders. And like I said, the one that I really like is the one from Laura Mercier. It's a secret brightening powder. And you could see all the details on this on a previous tutorial that I did, and I'll put a link below. So basically I just tap it in, and that's how much is on the brush. Just gently tap it off, and now I go in and I start to tap it onto the concealer. This will really ensure that you don't get any creasing whatsoever. So I don't know if you guys can pick it up in the video already, but this just has that flawless, even finish. I do feel, looking in the mirror right here, that this is a little darker. Now, what you can do too with this concealer is if you have some blemishes that you'd like to cover up, that you maybe don't get coverage from your foundation, you can just go in, and what I do is I clean that little applicator off so there's not too much, and I will just drop it. Like, I have a little pimple here, have a little one here. Let's see, I have a little one here. And you just take your finger, or you can go back in with that precision brush and just tap it. And again, I don't like to swipe, I like to tap, and that blends the concealer really well. So then I'll show you guys with this one. You just go in, and I got coverage right there. Okay guys, so that sums it up. I hope you enjoyed this quick review and demo on the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. Please let me know if you have any questions. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. See you guys in my next video.